While detecting problems using the sweep technique with EQ is always my favorite, and I always do that first. It always seems to be fastest to me. It could just be because EQ is on every channel in Cubase by default. I can just really quickly reach over there and grab it. There's something I like about the sweep thing. However, there are times when old Brandon here gets confused, and maybe even sweep technique isn't perfect, and eyeballs usually can supplement that the hearing a little bit. Okay, so we have a problem here in this particular vocal track. And let's see, the guy was singing really soft. I asked him to go really soft. We were going for a certain kind of emotion here, and really, I don't even know, whispery, I guess, for lack of a better word. And that caused challenges in his voice. He mostly with low end, really skyrocketing. Like it's all deep low end. Oh, I shouldn't say deep, but all low end and then top end, the whisper stuff. So let's check out what we have here. Let me hide span so you don't know what's going on. All right, there we go. It's a taste of love we have to leave. I don't think I can do it, but on that last part there, we have to give. That's just a mess in terms of low frequencies. And those aren't the kind of frequencies we normally want to completely nuke. So anyway, I could do a EQ sweep, but let's just take a look at what Span can do. Span is made by Voxengo, and so far it's my favorite RTA gadget, real-time analyzer, spectrum analyzer, whatever you want to call it. It took a while for me to get the hang of it, mostly by looking at these waveforms, which we're about to see. It's a big mess. It's just a bunch of waves, so detecting subtle changes sometimes takes a little while. Luckily, I found a case here where we're anything but subtle. Okay, so I had this just on the vocal track, which is entirely unprocessed, minus whatever I did on the way in. So let's look at it. It's a taste of love we have to leave. Okay, well, that's not too hard to figure out a problem area. You can see there's nothing but that single wave. It's an extremely high Q, narrow, that is, wave form down there. And Span has some cool features where you can move around. If you look down here in this corner, which now goes away for some dumb reason, right here, it'll tell us what frequency we're at. Oh, I guess it went to the top. Well, don't ask me. I don't know that much about the damn thing. But anyway, let's take a look at that spike and see where it's located. It's a taste of love we have to leave. It's about 203 hertz, give or take. So let's see if we can use some kind of ultra narrow cutaroo, EQ cutaroo, that is. We'll go with my Cambridge. I'm a big fan of that for whatever reason. Okay, and so since we already know their frequency, let's just type it in. There's no need to rely on my dexterity, which is awful. I'll turn the Q all the way up, which is 16 in this case, and let's just cut it by 10. I wouldn't mind actually having a higher Q where we affect other frequencies around this less, where the cut is actually narrower. But we'll go with this. Let's just see what happens. It's a taste of love we have to leave. Let's back off just a little bit. Maybe we'll just say half. Let's go to -5. Let's see where that gets us. It's a taste of love we have to leave. It's a taste of love we have to leave. And we're getting a little bit of stuff on that first verse, like we have is up at or whatever it is. There's some word kind of passing tone type of thing that's down more in this region, like 150. Let's check that out real quick. It's a taste of love we have to leave. Okay, so I'm going to move this just a little bit lower, and then I'm going to widen it. So I lied. Let's see what that does. It's a taste of love we have to leave. Okay, and that was a bad decision because that one little spike is so narrow but so loud at 205 that we really can't do anything about it, but we can use this doodad. Ranger Joe here, let's see what he does.
It's a taste of love. We have to leave.
Okay, so we're starting to get the picture. I don't want to make this a big how to tune a vocal or EQ a vocal type of tutorial, but the point is that we don't necessarily have to use sweep technique, and sometimes it's actually quite a bit faster and more effective just to go ahead and fire up span, use your eyeballs, and you saw in this case just how damn effective span can be at detecting problem areas. And again, I wouldn't overthink what the eyes see, but if you hear something, you can connect that with what's on the screen, and that's what I was trying to do. Anytime I heard something bad, I looked at it and tried to find a correlation. Just because this thing's spiking doesn't mean you necessarily have to deal with that. Let your ears be the big judge there. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.